Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dashlane webinar for admins. I'm Tassiani, part of Dashlane customer support, and I'll be hosting this webinar today. Let's have a look on our agenda. Today, we'll be covering what is Dashlane, why you benefit from it, and how to make the most of features that you have as an admin. So let's get started with what is Dashlane and why you benefit from it. Dashlane helps your company overcome poor password habits. We know that storing password in multiple sources or relying on browse-based password management can be very risky. Or2 offers a very effective and secure way to manage and simplify this process for you. Additionally, we have features such as dark web monitoring, dark web insights that ensure that you receive security alerts if your team members are having compromised passwords. We also provide valuable insights into your company overall password health score. This allows you to identify and address any weakness in your security practice. And finally, we also have sharing features that makes it easier for your employees, for your team members to send passwords between themselves, using and manage everything 100% encrypted inside Dashlane. So how to get the most of the settings that you have? I will be explaining now how you can manage your team, the subscription, how you can protect your team data with some also another settings, how to report and how to manage the reporting that you are going to receive, and finally the deployment and provisioning of Dashlane. Let's start with team management and billing. Right now, you are seeing here the admin console, the admin portal. This is only available for the admins. You have in the users tab access to the list of users that you have at Dashlane, but you can also invite new employees to your subscription. You're going to click on add users, enter their email address, but you can also drag a CSV or text file with the list of users. Then you're going to click on provision and invite. All users will receive an email with this link that you also can copy from here and share directly with them. If they already have a Dashlane account, they just need to click on the link to be part of your subscription. If it is the first time that they're going to use Dashlane, they will be invited to create a Dashlane account. So you close the pop-up and that's it. You can also decide if you want to see the list of users based on remove users, based on pending users, or active. Right now, I'm going to click on this user that is on pending activation, and I can also resend the invitation if the user haven't clicked on the link yet. By selecting the user itself, you can also change their permission from group manager or admin. This will give them either group manager permission, or you can also add someone else as admin of your plan. From the settings icon, you can also remove someone from your subscription and click on remove user. If you want to, you can also download a list as a CSV file with the members of your plan. From the account and account summary, you're going to manage your subscription. It's on this tab that you will see when is your next renewal and how many seats you have, update your payment details, and also update who is the billing admin of your subscription. So you can also add your company name and also download all your receipts on your billing history. So you enter the name of your company, your billing address, your tax number, and you're going to have a list of receipts of all purchases you've made at Dashlane. Now let's have a look on the password health score. As an admin of a business plan, you can review your organization security on the admin console. You can also check the overall score of your company. So let's have a look on how you can monitor this. From the dashboard tab, you have the overall score of your company based on the last 7 days, 30 days of all time. So here's an explanation of what the score means, how many compromised passwords your company has, and you can also see the password health score details over time. From the Users tab, you see individual password health score. It's the score for each user vault that we are referring here on the Users tab. So for example, Anne has 83 score, but she also has 12 logins. I can see she has 1 week password, 2 compromised, and 2 reused password. This will be displayed by each plan member. If you don't see score available, that means this person don't have yet 5 logins at least on their vault. From the password health, each user can monitor their own score. Dashlane, based on our zero knowledge architecture, will not tell you as admin what is the login that we are flagging as weak, reuse, or compromise on the admin portal. It's only the owner of the account that will have this information. And they can do this from the password health. On the password health on their vault, they will see exactly the logins that we are reporting to you on the admin console. So they can see the score, all logins that we're flagging, but also the compromise, the weak, reuse, or exclude from their password health score. So just so you have a look, my password health score on my Vault, it's exactly what my admin sees on the users tab. And how you can have the users updating their compromised, weak, or reused passwords. They can use Dashlane Password Generator. Once they install the extension and they are using extension on their browser, they can either use the extension menu, as you see on the right side, they can use the generator and then customize the way they want the password based on the website requirements, or they just go directly on the website we are flagging, log into their account, go on settings on that website, and then change the password using the password generator. The autofill tool will automatically suggest and save this new password the user is updating. Collections and sharing groups. We have many options of sharing a Dashlane. Users can share directly from one Dashlane account to another Dashlane account, but you can also, as admin, create sharing groups. What is sharing group? It's a group of users that you're gonna set up together, and everyone in this group can share logins between themselves. A collection is a collection of logins, is a folder. So you have sharing groups for grouping people and collections for a group of logins. So let's have a look on how can you set up that. From the admin portal, you have the groups tab. That's where you're going to create groups. Clicking on new group, select a name for the group and select OK. Here, for example, you can see that I have different groups based on departments. I'm adding everyone from the IT department in this group, everyone on the operations on their group, and everyone from the sales team on the sales group, because I know that they need to share logins between themselves. So now I'm going on the demo group, and the first user that I'm going to add is myself, because I want to see what it's being sharing with this group. And then I'm going to enter another 2 or 3 users that I know that it needs to be on this group. And I'm going to click OK. Now you can see here that I'm already a member, and the other users have to accept the invitation to be part of the group. Once users open their vault, it's on the Sharing Center tab that they will see right at the top all groups that they are member. I'm seeing this group here on my vault on my own Dashlane account because I added myself to the group. So if you want to be seeing everything that is being shared with the group, you just make sure you add yourself. So I'm going to click on demo group and I'm going to click on share new item, and I will select the logins that I want to share with this group. I will select a couple of logins on my list and then I'll click on next. Following, I'm going to select this group and I will enter my master password to authenticate my sharing. I will select the permission, either limit or full rights, and I will click on share. Now I have already shared those items with the group. If I want to, I can also change the permission that I granted to this item later on. All users can create collections. Groups, only admins can create. Collections, everyone in your team can create a collection if they're part of a business plan. So here, I'm going to create a new collection and I'm also going to call it demo, but I could name it as I wanted. And then I'm going to click on add item and I'm going to add some items to this collection. So I'm grouping items to this collection of items. And then I'm going to share this collection with the group. I'm going to decide if I want to give everyone in this group editor or manager permission to edit this collection and the items. I'm also selecting limit of full rights, and I'm going to click on share. So now you see here the collection is being shared. And if I go back to the sharing center and I open this group, right at the top, I can see that I'm sharing logins and I also am sharing a collection with this group. So just a recap, from the admin portal, you will create groups, you will add users to groups, you can also delete groups. From the Vault, from the web app, mobile app, and so on, users on the groups are going to share items if they are part of the group. Users can also create collections and share collections with groups. Admin assisted recovery. At Dashlane, we have a zero-knowledge architecture. That means we don't store anyone's master password. For you to restore their master password, they would have to either use one of our recovery features or reset their account, creating a new strong master password with a new vault. Here, I'm going to present you a feature that is admin assisted recovery, where you can help your users change their master password without having to reset their vault. How can you enable this feature? On the admin portal, under settings, you have account recovery. There's an overview explaining step by step on how this feature works. So just as you see here at the beginning, plan members will send a recovery, admins will receive a request, you can approve or deny your request, a plan member will receive a notification if you approve it or if you deny. Imagine someone just sent me a request. It's on the activity log that I will have those reports. At the top, you have activity or you have account recovery. So just so you see here, I have already a new activity that is someone sending a recovery request. And then I go directly on account recovery request and I will approve or deny this request. If I approve, the user will receive a notification on their email address confirming, go ahead and log in to your Dashlane account with your new master password. Reporting. Here I'm going to present to you briefly three settings, three features that we have. We have the activity log, we have CM integrations, and we have the dark web insights. Those are three features that you can use to receive reporting audits from your company. The activity log, it will mainly show you any activity regarding sharing, users logging on new device, items sharing, users being added or removed to groups, recovery requests, and so on. Using CM integration, you can set up Splunk to receive the activity logs report on this CM integration. If you're already using, it might be a good option for your company. And with the dark web insights, using your company domain, Dashlane will scan the deep web and find if there's any website with data breach that someone using your company domain has data on this site. So let's have a look on those three features. On the admin console, let's start with activity log. On the activity log, you receive, as I mentioned, reports based on your user activities. So you can filter here by kind of actions that you want to see. If you want to see security monitoring, if you want to see groups, if you want to see the recent authentications, I'm going to select here, for example, sharing. And I can share exactly what kind of sharing activity that I want to see. If I want to see some users being removed to groups, inviting to groups, changing settings on a group, for example. And I can also select on the last 30 days, the last 7 days, and apply the filters to receive the report. So here I have exactly what I was looking for, but if I want to, I can also have this as a CSV file. So just as you see here, I have the account recovery, and that's exactly what it was showing to me on the activity log. Now, if you are using Splunk, if you are using already CM integration, you can also have that with Dashlane. The reports that we are sending on the activity logs, you can also have with setup CM using Splunk integration. So under events reporting, you go on Splunk integration. We have the step-by-step, a total of 3 steps that you have to complete to integrate Dashlane with Splunk. On the right side, you have the link to go to our help center where we have step by step on how you can complete this setup. Finally, we have the dark web insights. It's using your company domain, as I mentioned. This is a different kind of report. It's not Dashlane activities, it's outside Dashlane activities, data breach that we have identified, and we found your company domain on those websites, for example. So you see here for security incidents, email affected, suggest invitations. If you click on view insights, at the top, you can see that I have already verified my domain. So my domain is already verified at the top. And I'm receiving here 2 reports. I have 2 co-workers using my company email domain, and then they have a login on a specific website that we have identified possible data breach or a hacking activity. What Dashlane is telling you here is the email address of this person, the kind of data affected, and we want you to invite those people to create a Dashlane account. You can enter the email address and click on provisioning users. With those users being part of your Dashlane plan, you would then be able to tell them to change passwords if they are being flagged as compromised or reused. Also, this will be available for you. You can easily monitor them using the password health score as soon as they are a plan member. You can also click on invite all. So all employees will be invited to your Dashlane subscription. And if you want, you can also have this report as a CSV file. Finally, let's have some tips for offboarding plan members. Before you remove someone from your team, we advise strongly that you let this person know in advance. We say this because some people might be storing their personal data on the same Dashlane account. Notifying them in advance gives them the opportunity to export those passwords, have them sharing, for example, with a personal Dashlane account that they will create. And also, this will give you the chance to confirm that your plan members are sharing any data that is using a company domain that belongs to your company. It's being shared with someone else. It's not being stored only on this user account. So make sure that this user is added to groups, sharing everything that belongs to your company with the group or directly with your admin account. And finally, if this person is an admin, make sure you add another user and admin. Imagine that if you go on vacation or you don't remember your own Dashlane account, having another admin will have a backup, will have someone else that can jump in on the admin portal, approve your admin assistant recovery request, or help users while you are away if they also need an admin assistant recovery request, for example. And finally, you can feel free to remove this person from your Dashlane subscription. We have a dedicated help center providing the step-by-step on how to remove users from your Dashlane plan and the steps to take exactly the settings to verify before you complete this action. The final topic here, it will be authentication and provisioning. The SSO scheme integration, SSO authentication, it's one of the main features that we have with enterprise or business plan. If you're part of a small company that it's not using this kind of authentication, but your team has recently increased, for example, this might be an opportunity for you to set up this feature and makes your life easier to manage your users. So SSO, it's called single sign-on, is a different kind of authentication. Instead of users using a master password for a Dashlane account, they will use their SSO login to log in at Dashlane. So it's one less password that they need to remember with Dashlane. So if I'm using already integration with any identity provider, for example, Okta, Azure, Google, Duo, ADFS, and so on, any other SALM application providers, you can also create a SALM application for Dashlane. So as I see here, the benefits will be the same zero knowledge architecture as a master password. You have more autonomy with users in case they don't remember their SSO password. You can simply go on your identity provider and help them change the password they're using for SSO, avoiding users having send admin assistant recovery request and users forgetting their Dashlane password. And finally is the next layer of security for your company because Dashlane has everything encrypted, included with SSO. We do have an encryption service. When you set up SSO, you have two options. This will base depending on how you want to host the information. How do you want to host your configuration? The self-hosted SSO, you will be responsible for the encryption service. You do a quick setup of encryption service application on AWS or Azure are the providers that we support at this time. Or if you use a confidential SSO, you just need to create a SALM application in your identity provider. Dashlane will be doing the encryption service setup. We do this on AWS servers. Okay. So imagine you are using SSO for your plan members and you decided that you want to enable SSO for your company. How it will be the change, how it will be the switch from master password to SSO. Users will be prompted to log in one last time with their email address, verify the login with the verification code, send it to their email or to the Authenticator app if 2FA is enabled. And they're going to enter their master password one last time. This will decrypt their vault, and then they're going to click on login with SSO. Now I'm going to authenticate with my Microsoft password, and I'm going to encrypt my vault again, this time with my SSO login. From now on, I don't need my master password anymore. Every time that I go to login at Dashlane, I will use my SSO credentials. We also have Scheme integration. Scheme would make your life easier also if you have already groups separating people based, for example, on departments in your identity provider. You can have those groups automatically provision and sync to Dashlane with the respective team members. A group that you have on your ADP will be automatically a sharing group at Dashlane. So the groups that you have there will not only add users to Dashlane, but also will create a sharing group. I want to share here with you now some extra information. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts about this webinar or any feature that was not covering here, you can contact us. Every day we are available at support@dashlane.com. And we do have support live on chat Monday to Friday, 9 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're an admin of a business plan or enterprise plan, you also have an option to call us using the phone support available from the admin portal. Finally, we do have also this webinar for team members. We have a live version every 2 weeks on Tuesdays. And if you go to our help center, you also have the link from the Getting Starter guide. We do have the link for the team members webinar. We strongly advise to share this link with them. So we help them to set up their Dashlane account, installing Dashlane, using autofill, how to make the most of the Dashlane that they have in right now. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending this webinar, and see you next time.